one or sent private to either host. And we are, we'll have a Q&A time, which you may be able to unmute and ask questions. And just to be sure everyone understands that this program is recorded. If you do not wish to appear on the recording, either on voice or video, please make sure that your audio and video are disabled, and interactions via chat will not appear on the recording. We're doing this program in partnership with the Pride Center in San Antonio, and we have Erica from there who would like to do a little, tell a little bit about the Pride Center.
Thank you so much, Marisa. Hello, everybody. My name is Erika Alcocer. I am one of the community empowerment coordinators at the Pride Center, and I use they, them, or ella in Espanol pronouns, please. And I just want to let you know a little bit about what we do at the center. We have virtual programs that you can find online. So if you are able to get here, you can find us on our link tree. That's going to be right there at linktr.ee/Pride Center SA. But you can also find us on our other social medias like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, Pride Center SA for all three of those. Or you can always give us a call if you want to just pick up the telephone. Our phone hours are 3 to 8 p.m. during the weekdays, and then 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturdays. And just want a special shout out to our programs right now. We are having a group therapy for youths ages 18 to 24, youth of color, LGBT youth of color. So if you are interested in that, please send me a personal DM or feel free to use any of those things to find us. And we look forward to connecting with you more.
Thank you, Erica. We appreciate that. So we're here to encourage creativity and playfulness in makeup in a safe space. So Red and Jay, are we ready to go? Let me get out of the screen share.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Thank you so much for sharing time and space with us. We're so excited to share some knowledge with you all when it comes to gender expression and, you know, boundless creativity with yourself. My name is Red. I'm born and raised here in San Antonio, Texas, occupied San Antonio, Texas, also known as Yanaguana and Somisec territories, in the native language of the Corizo-Comicrudo tribes. But we are so grateful. We're set up here in Luna Roja, my studio here on the west side of SA. I'm an award-winning body artist, body painter. I'm also a tattooist, all-around creative, and my main focus is sharing ancestral knowledge and providing safe spaces for our community here. And this is Jay.
Hey y'all, I'm Jay Pacheco. I am originally from South Texas, but I've lived in Central Texas my whole life. I'm a non-binary Chicanx painter, creative. I'm all about promoting radical self-love and self-expression through various artistic mediums. So for me, that's been makeup, artistry, face and body painting, just painting whatever I feel like. Red and I have just been painting this whole quarantine. So yeah, makeup has really helped both of us, but I can speak for myself personally in terms of my queerness and my journey in validating my non-binary identity. And it's just been a healthy way for me to process my emotions and my feelings, because I have a lot of feelings, like most of us do. So it's a great way for me to get out a lot of that creative energy. And we're super excited to share this knowledge that we have with y'all today. And we just want to make clear that makeup has no rules. We're serving as guides today from our personal experience. But, you know, follow your intuition, follow what feels right. And we support that, especially if you're queer and trans. Yeah.
Yeah, so same thing with Jay, just like I identify as two-spirited. So a lot of times it's like, trying to think like, do I want to do like a more masculine look today, a more feminine look? But honestly, you don't have to label that at all. So we're just going to teach you the basics of what we know to get highlights and contours for whatever you're feeling like, you know, in the moment. And so yeah, we're just going to be teaching those today. We're going to start off with Jay's going to be doing some more natural type highlights and contours. And then we'll transition into me painting on Jay's face with what I work with best, which is face paint. And we can talk more about where you can get these materials, and that one will be super colorful. So yeah, we'll get started. Hope you guys enjoy. Feel free to drop any questions in the chat at any time. Thanks. Okay, how do I make my screen? Okay, you ready?
Yeah, I think we're ready. I'm gonna, like Red said, I'm gonna be showing more of like a skin tone highlight and contour. And what we're both gonna be doing is showing a more feminine highlighting and contouring on one side of their face, and then I'm gonna show a more masculine highlighting and contouring guide, just for folks who've wanted to play around with gender and presentation and like, you know, just have a guide for that. So yeah, do we want to do a guided breath first real quick?
Yes.
We love breathing over here. We love like taking moments to be in the present moment. So if everyone can just, whatever feels comfortable, if you want to close your eyes, if you don't, just come to like a calm resting place. I'm going to close my eyes while I do this, and just feel where you're at in this moment and start to notice your breath. And we can take just a couple breaths together. So just kind of move your body around, do whatever feels best, and I will guide y'all through some breaths. So we're gonna inhale through our nose for 3 counts. So 1, 2, 3, hold it for just a second, and then release it for 3 counts. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna do that a couple more times. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, hold it. Exhale. Release. And you can release through your mouth, you can release through your nose, whatever feels best. Let's do one more breath. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, and release. Feel free to move your neck from side to side, wiggle your body around, move your arms, do whatever. Just get that energy flowing through your body. This is a creative space, so we welcome creative energy and love. And we just want to say thank you for being here, and let's get into this. Yay! So I'm going to be talking and demonstrating on Red's. So like I said, we're going to be, I'm gonna do the feminine highlighting and contouring on this side, and then the more masculine on the other side. And the products I'm going to be using today are some concealer. This is just a drugstore Maybelline Concealer. And then I have some cream contour, which is also just concealer in these shades right here. I'm going to be using that for the shadows. So for highlighting and contouring, you're going to want a lighter color to brighten up the areas of the eyes that we want brightened up. And then we're going to do shadows on like this part of the face, along here. And I'll just show y'all. I'm going to show y'all. So yeah, let me just get into, I'll start with the feminine side on this side. So
Should I put masking tape?
So I'm gonna be, I can just apply it directly onto their face. So for feminine, we're gonna wanna highlight a little bit under the eyes, just right here, just a little bit, and then a little on the forehead, a little on the chin, tiny bit on the nose, just a tiny bit. And then I'm gonna place the cream contour. I like to just use my hands a lot, even when I'm doing my makeup on myself. You can use like any kind of palette that you like though. And the brushes that I'm using are, this is gonna be for the highlight. And For the contour, I'm gonna be using a more packed, like dome brush. I don't know if y'all can see that. Just something that is a little more dense you're gonna want for the contour because it's usually a larger area. So I'm gonna place the contour. For the feminine side, you're gonna wanna go along like a little bit lower than the cheekbone right here. And I like to turn a little bit. Like blend it into the side of the face like that. And then also you're gonna wanna create a shadow around the forehead. And then just a little bit on the bottom, the chin. And like I said, this isn't the only way to portray femininity. This is just kind of a guide if you want to create more of a feminine structure in your face. So I'm gonna start by blending, and feel free to add any input reds if you'd like. Okay. I'm just gonna blend this out just to start creating that shadow. Y'all can see that. And this is definitely like the more traditional highlighting and contouring that we've seen, like you've seen on YouTube or just with like makeup artists in general. I'm just gonna blend these out. Okay, I don't know if y'all can see. You can turn to the side. The shadows that we're creating. I'm gonna add a little bit more since I have some on my hand right here. And with contouring, you can use creams or powders, but I do like to go down with the cream base, especially if you're not used to wearing as much makeup or playing around with makeup. I recommend starting with creams and like just feeling how they feel on your skin and warming them up on your skin. Sweet. And that's pretty much it for the feminine side. I don't know if you want to show the other side, just the kind of difference. There's no shadows or highlighting on that side. And then on this side, we have highlighting the features, the cheekbones, and yeah. And then you can add blush or you can add anything else to like liven this up. I am gonna set this with powder. So this is a powder that I'm using.
Tart.
This is the shade that I'm gonna be using for reds. And I'm just gonna use the same brush that I used for the cream because there's not really any cream on there left. And I'm just gonna set the powder. So only using this shade on the area where the shadows are. Just gonna lightly tap it in and do, it's kind of like a three, yeah.
Or an E.
And then just cleaning up and maybe putting some of that on the eyes. You just close your eyes. Just putting a little bit of that on the eyes.
Yeah, I like to put it on my eyes too.
Be using a smaller brush too to create like a little bit of a shadow. Yeah, and then I always have like an extra brush that I just kind of use to blend, like a clean brush that I use to just blend any excess. Sweet, so there's that side. Let's see, how am I doing on time?
Okay.
Awesome. So yeah, that's more of like a feminine representation, just using like skin tone colors and more natural colors for like every day or whenever. Yeah. So let's do the other side. So we're gonna use the same products, have the cream contours and the highlight. So for creating more of a masculine look, the shadows are going to be placed in a different area. They're going to be more highlighting like what am I thinking of? The jawbone. And we're also just going to create more shadows in places that we wouldn't necessarily put on this side. So let me do the concealer first.
Yes, that brand for the powder was Tarte. It smells like candy. It has like a nice size mirror on it.
So I would say for the masculine side, it's kind of more common to have a little bit of like darkness under the eyes or around the eyes. So I'm just gonna take this cream contour that I was using and put like a little bit just around and under the eyes, a little bit on the eyes. And then where we're gonna wanna place the shadows for the more masculine side is gonna be, I'm gonna put some shadows right here, just to create more of like a shorter forehead.
Forehead's already short.
And then it's going to be very similar to the feminine side, but what we're going to do is drag a little bit down. So to create like more of a line, accentuating the jaw. What were you going to say?
I also like to give myself like a sharper jaw too when I do that. But yeah, that definitely makes your jaw look sharp. You do that.
Okay, sweet. So I hope y'all can see the difference there. It's very similar, but this can make like a subtle difference. I'm just gonna blend this out. On some days when I'm feeling more mask, just not feeling as high femme, as wanting to be all dolled up, I like to do my makeup like this just to feel more validated in my gender identity. And these are subtle ways to like frame how you see your face and to feel more comfortable in your body. But like we said, this is just a guide, and makeup is all about play. And the only way Red and I got to this level of makeup artistry is just by slapping some colors on our face and doing whatever felt right in that moment. So yeah, I'm just blending this out, and then I'm actually not gonna really conceal or highlight on this side. For the more masculine look, it's more about creating the shadows. So I'm also gonna do a little bit of a shadow right here into the eyebrow. And we're just blending it out. And a trick with creams is if you want them to stay a little bit longer, like let them soak into your face a little bit longer and then blend it out, just so that they set a little bit. Don't wait too long because you don't want it to set completely before you blend it. That's just a tip. And yeah, I'm just gonna set all of that with the powder, that same brown powder that we've been using. So if you close your eyes, I'm just gonna put that brown around the eyes. And you can even use like a dark red color also. I like to do that sometimes. You do that. A reddish brown.
Yeah.
Around the eyes. Makeup is a lot of blending.
Yeah.
Just a lot of throwing some colors and yeah. So if y'all can see like the difference on the eyes, here we have the more feminine side and then the more masculine with that line. Oh, let me just set that with some powder.
Can you give me a mustache too?
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
And
So just
also
setting
it
that.
helps usually with the masculine side, I'll also do like add a little bit more eyebrow in. And then, yeah, I'll add that sometimes.
Yeah, they can show you that.
I still like to keep that little slit in. I usually just make it a little bit thicker, and instead of fading it out, just put a couple sharper lines there. And then bam, just like that. You can use the same eyebrow thing for your little stash too, but Jason put a little shadow there first.
Yeah, I'll use that. I'll just use what they're using. We're trying to show we're trying to show that you can use minimal products to like create and play around with gender with makeup. So this is just like an eyebrow powder.
It's a Kat Von D.
Yeah, it's just a powder, like a dark brown powder. So they use that for their eyebrows. And then a trick also I like for the eyebrows is to use mascara. So I like to wipe off the mascara so that it's not super clumpy. And you can use mascara as brow gel because it's very thick and it will set. So for this masculine side, I'm gonna just put a little bit. Huh?
I said careful with my slit.
I know. And it's okay if you get some. We're professionals, but there's no mistakes. It's just happy little accidents. We're silly. Yeah, so I just lightly add some more depth to the eyebrow like that.
Yes.
And you can use brown mascara, black mascara, any mascara for brow gel. But that's like a little hack that I like to use. And then for their little stash, I'm just gonna take this powder and go along like their natural stash. Yeah. And just create like little lines. With makeup, you always want to start like less is more, and then blend out a little bit. I'm a really clumsy makeup artist.
Person who holds like 8 things in one hand.
Yeah, so I'm just getting the color on there right now, and then I'm gonna blend it out.
Y'all feel free to interact with us in the chat. We have it up and we can see.
And I'm just using this brush that I was using for the concealer. There's not any product on it anymore. You want to do like brush strokes, like little, kind of like you would do in your eyebrows.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to add it a little bit?
Here, let's see. Oh, this tiny little here.
Oh. Yeah, we encourage using your fingers too. Sometimes that's the best makeup brush or tool, just using your fingers to blend. Amazing to me that you don't use blush for the contour.
I'm using different colored concealer and what else?
Yeah, so we're using, these are all concealers. These are the LA Girl concealers. They're a drugstore brand. I mean, I'm a professional makeup artist, but I swear by these just because they're a nice cream and they have a nice shade range too. So that's important to me when I'm like buying my products, is that I include every skin tone, all skin tones, and specifically like prioritizing Black folks and Black and brown skin tones, because historically like Black and brown folks in makeup artistry have been excluded. So we want to make sure that we're prioritizing, you know, our most marginalized folks. So LA Girls concealer are really great. And then this is just a Maybelline concealer. These can both be found at Walmart or Walgreens or the beauty supply.
Sorry. Yeah, for the base, they put very light coat, some of my foundation. Or what foundation did you use?
I use that.
Oh, okay, this one. And then just a little bit of rose hip oil also. So just like a very thin foundation that they laid down for me first. But yeah, what kind of eyebrow pencil did you use? Oh, this is just ELF. Is it ELF? Wet
Yeah,
n
I think it's
Wild.
all-
It's Wet n Wild, just a little cheap brush,
little
another
angled
drugstore
brush.
angled brush, and then you can use just whatever brown powder. But I have this Kat Von D powder that I got forever ago. It still lasted me. But yeah, I mean, I add blush usually, also with highlighting and contour. Usually I just smile and use like half of my cheek and then just go up from there. Yeah. And then sometimes I'll put on an extra highlight as well. Yeah. Do you want to add a little bit of blush for the femme
Yeah,
side?
for sure. I'm going to use this orange.
Cute.
This pretty orange that will pop on.
This
red
is from
skin.
their little eyeshadow toolbox.
And then I'm just using, for a blush brush, I just like a nice fluffy brush. I'm just gonna put some blush on the cheeks to liven up the face a little bit.
So cute.
And I like to put blush everywhere, honestly. I run it along the side of the face over here, a little bit on the nosy.
Strong.
Yeah. And I'm just gonna blend it out. A big fluffy brush. Okay, sweet.
Cute. Yeah. That's so sweet. Okay, so
Okay, so that's pretty much it for the natural. I'm gonna add a little bit. Pinky. That's pretty much it for the natural feminine and masculine highlighting and contouring. I hope that this helped provide some guidance, like a base for just playing around with makeup. And yeah, Red's gonna demonstrate this similar thing, but with color, because we love color in this house. We love painting ourselves different colors and just being little aliens. So yeah.
yes. Okay, I hope y'all enjoyed that piece of our segment. So we'll transition over to for me to paint Jay's face. So real quick, just invite you to take a sip of your water, take a couple breaths, roll out your neck, and then we'll get on to the next part.
Yay, get to model.
Yay. Okay. So I'll talk to you guys a little bit about the products that I have. I have about 3 different brands here. This one's Fab, this one is Diamond Effects, and this one's Wolf. Yes, and so these you can get at your local costume shop. One around here is like on Hildebrand is Gibson's costume store. There's also like Starlight costume store over here near us on the west side. Herwix also sells these wax base paints. But also I know like NYX sells some like face paint creams that you can use also. All of these are water activated, and so all you really need is some paint brushes and some sponges. We use these basic sponges you can get at Michael's that are pretty cheap. I cut them in half. Or you can use like those makeup sponges that you use to dab on as well. So those are just different ones. I always like to base out the makeup with white or with the lightest color you're gonna be using. So what I'm actually gonna do is mix a little bit of white and yellow together. So I just spray my paint and get a good amount of paint and water and to mix it together. So, oh, thank you. I'm not holding their way. Oh, I'm so excited.
Yay.
Alien. Jay's also other name is Galian, so this is exactly what we're gonna do today. Okay, so with the highlight and contour, I'm gonna go ahead and do it on both sides of their face. So all the way around, we're gonna start with, you wanna highlight these sections of the face. So it's gonna be the middle of the forehead, going down the nose. And so we're just dab it on. This may take others a little bit longer. I paint pretty fast, so which is good, so we can try and get through the whole face. So we'll do that, and then we'll go under the eyes. You already look like an alien. Open your eyes, Marco. Just dab, dab, dab. And load back up on your paints. Your eyes look up. And so you can pick whatever colors you want. Today, I'm kind of gonna match Jay's vibe and their hair. And so same thing, under the eye, and then right under where you would contour the cheek, right, for the darker part. So we're gonna have that lighter bit here. Again, I just dab, usually just going up and down. Cute. Okay, so go ahead and add a little bit more water to your paint. Also, if you only have white at home, let me do the other side. You can also just base your face out with white, and then you can use eyeshadows for the color. You can always do that. And then it's gonna take some practice to try and figure out that good balance of water and paint, so where it doesn't come out blotchy or uneven. Perfect. We'll do right under that cheekbone too, into the jaw. Okay, and I think for this look, I'm gonna do the more feminine side on this side, and the more masculine look on this side. So let me keep adding this in a little bit more, but this is just like our base for all of it. Come out a little bit on your chin. Okay, do the thing. Okay, so here we have all of the highlights. Close your eyes. Add a little bit under your eyebrow. On the other side. Okay, and then next, without the white, without adding in more white, I'm just gonna go straight into the yellow.
And like Red said, they are a very fast painter, but we encourage when you're doing this at home, like just messing around, and like there's no right or wrong way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And the great thing about water activated paints is that they come off with water. So you can just have a little spray bottle with you, or just a wet paper towel. And if you don't like something, you can wipe it off, or it's very easy to play with.
Yeah, it's very easy to play with. It's very easy to blend and to go over as well. It's super fun. If you've ever been like in theater classes, then I'm sure you learned the basics of how to use these also. It's usually the same. Maron, Fab, paints as well. So I'm just going in with a regular yellow. Your nose grease. I know it's looking very yellow right now, but we're basically with this just solid yellow, I'm just going around the contour parts. Let me turn down the brightness a little bit. Is that good? Oops, sorry guys.
And it's very relaxing too. So if you have like a roommate or anyone you live with and you want to just play around,
Yeah.
we encourage that.
I usually start off by like just setting my little space, getting comfortable, and then lighting like an incense or a candle. And it's just fun, you know, spending that really intentional time with yourself or with your partner or your friend or whatever. It's really that's the way I connect with myself and with people, is through painting and creating your own reality, you know. Okay, so we have this yellow base down. And so after this is all done, I'm gonna go in with some orange. Cute. It looks so yellow. Okay, I'm gonna use the other side of this same brush, and then I'm gonna go ahead and start with that orange. So I have this pretty orange color. Oh, it doesn't look very orange on here. There you go. I'm gonna use the same brush and so just put orange at the top of it. See, yeah, there you go. And so what I'm gonna do is where I have the orange at the bottom, right? I'm gonna use that and go right where that line is, like that. And then just same thing, just dab it on. So I'm gonna use that same technique that Jay used for the mask side, right? So we go ahead and fill that in. And then we're gonna bring this down a little bit. Ooh, yes. And same thing under the jaw. Get sharp. Oh my God, so these are really great techniques to learn too if you're ever interested in drag, you know. Face paint is just so fun to work with, and it's just endless possibilities with that. So here, I'm gonna add some really heavy shadows here. Getting some in the hair, just blend it out. Add a slight little shadow. Use this orange over the eyes. And then without adding any water, I'm not adding any more water into this. This technique is called dry brushing, but with the sponge, I guess dry sponging. I don't know. I'm just gonna keep adding some paint under their nose, the line here, and a little bit around the forehead. So we have our base for our orange, and I just blend it out like that, just bringing this around. Solid. Dang. Your art. Your beautiful art. Okay. Add a little bit of shadow under your chin. Just a little bit. Okay, so that's basically our second step. And so we're gonna go ahead and do the same thing on the other side with the more feminine kind of shadows. So same thing, just where the jawbone is, right under the cheekbone. We're gonna add that shadow. All the way around, a little bit on the eyes. bit on the nose. Perfect. Just a little bit on your face.
And also don't feel restricted to just your face. Obviously, we're just showing on the face today, but we are both face and body painters. Red's an award-winning body painter. They've done some amazing, beautiful pieces. And so, yeah, you can always play around on your arms, on your hands, on your legs.
Yeah, all of this knowledge you get, like, feel free to apply it to your entire body, you know? Knowing where to place highlights and shadows. It's always super fun. So I'm just going back in and adding a little bit more white and yellow to those highlighted spots. Just a little bit more. Perfect. Cute. Let me see. I'm gonna add a little bit more orange to this side. Cute. Okay. Beautiful. Okay, so that's just super basic base. I'm gonna go in with some eyeshadows now and play around with it a little bit more. And so, can I look at your eyeshadows?
Yeah, of course.
You have that same blue that you used. I mean, orange that you used for my blush.
Yes.
This one will work really nice, and this one.
On top if you want. And before this, I just had a little bit of mascara on my eyebrows. That's all the makeup I had on, and mascara on my eyelashes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm gonna use these two. And so this is the one that I think you used for my eyes, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna use these two brushes for highlight and contour. I'm gonna start off with this one for the contour. And so I'm gonna go in with this orange. It's not too dark. And so using those same techniques on the masculine side, right? So we're gonna start right under here in that same line. And then going down like that. And then just blending it out. Adding powders to this paint is so fun and satisfying. Y'all can tell how big of a difference it makes already. Add a little bit under, right here. Just want to say thank you all for showing up today and being receptive to our knowledge that we're sharing. Thank you for showing up for yourself today and learning these techniques for self-expression and, you know, self-care as well. Close your eyes. I'm gonna add some around the eyes. So yeah, for the mask look, I like to add some right around the inside and then just like drag it just a little bit into the inner corner. And then same as Jay, just this outer edge also. And open your eyes and look up. Also make sure you're breathing as you're doing your makeup. Same thing, this sharp here. Around the I like to do a really, really sharp, like just line right here for the mask. And then I'll probably go in sharper with red right here in a little bit. And we'll add a little bit on the, right here. Ooh, let me know what y'all are thinking about this so far. Just blending this in all around. Wow. Thank you. Thank you, Nikki. Okay, let's do this other side. So this one's a more femme look. So same thing, right under the cheekbone. Just a straight line, and I usually just go towards the edge of the mouth, right? So it's just like that. Right under. A lovely sunrise.
We love the sun.
Yeah.
Sunrise, sunset.
My favorite is when it's super sunny and raining. I haven't got that in a while, but I hope y'all are somewhat enjoying this rain in San Antonio today. I know it can be pretty gloomy. It's been nice listening to it. Pretty relaxing. Cute. Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
And this just makes you feel like a kid again. I'm always, the older I get, the more I want to feel like a kid again and just do things that satisfy my inner child.
Bring you joy.
There's no limits. Like this makes me really happy.
Yeah, and not putting like too much pressure or expectations on yourself is really fun too. Like I only just decided to paint Jay these colors like right before we hopped on. We wanted to make it just like fun and you know, not putting too much pressure on yourselves, you know. It's a little baby act of self-love, which is really important. Close your eyes.
I think especially as queer people, as trans people, we feel the pressure to fit into all of these boxes and meet all these pressures, and we have to be a certain way. And yeah, we don't like that. We don't like, we're queer, you know, we're supposed to be boundless and we're supposed to just do whatever makes us feel happy. And there's no right or wrong way to be queer. If you identify that way and you feel that way in your heart, then that's the truth, you know.
So I'm just gonna add a little bit of eyebrow so I don't look super naked without it on both sides. So this is the mask side, so I'm gonna do that same thing where it's just get a little messy with it. And then a couple lines, that, a couple lines here. Perfect. And then this other side. Let's see. And I'm just using paint for this. It's just a pretty big swoop with the paintbrush. Cute. And you can do this with powder too if you want, but just taking the easier route right now. Perfect. And then whatever you want on the eyes, you can do. I'm just going to do a really simple swoop. So I just went from the inside of the eye, went around like that, and I'm just going to bring this down to the inner corner of the eye. Just like that. Then I'm going to do a quick lippy for them. And I'm going to do this on both sides. Okay, and then just for a super fun glitter contour, a highlight, I'm just gonna use a really easy fluffy brush. And then I have a couple of colors to play with. These are just eyeshadows. This one's like you can't see it. This one's like a holographic one, and this is like a gold yellow. Sorry, you can't really see it. So I'm gonna start off with the holographic. That's a lot. And then I'm just gonna go right here where all the white would be. Oh my God. Oh, I don't think I can see like the amount of magic that's on their face right now. It just looks like a reflection. Okay, and a little bit here, and then a little bit here at the top, a little bit on the nose. Okay, let's the other side. Right here. So our next class, we're so excited to just do some crazy, fun, creative, free expression, playful type makeup, you know? So we hope that you've learned the basics here for these looks, for like a little femme and mask look. Yeah, I love the eyes. Thank you. Yeah, I cannot wait for you guys to try it on yourselves. We're gonna put in the chat like our personal Instagrams as well, so you can tag us. But yeah, please, I wanted to open it up to any questions that you guys might have. Yes, there is the chat also. My personal Instagram is at Reds Body Art. So just at REDS Body Art. Any other questions? And then is it just one?
Yeah.
Like that? And then we also have a shared Instagram. Oh, it's 2 underscores. But yeah, please let us know if you have any questions. If you want to wear something like this out somewhere, how long does it last? Are there ways to set it? Yeah, great question. I usually use a setting powder. I use Ben Nye setting powder, but you can use any translucent clear powder to set it on top. And then you can definitely use a spray. Before I had access to like a really good setting spray, I would use Aquanet, just hairspray my face, and that would set it really good. I've been a face painter for a while, and so there are times where I'm working and I will literally last up to 12 hours in my face paint. As for full body paint, I usually last it takes usually about 6 hours to do, and then I would last about like another 6 hours in a full body paint. They're really great. Like you can go out and dance in this and everything, but as it is water activated, so as soon as it does get wet, if you touch it, it will smear off. But if you set it really well and just powder it, it'll be great. This is really fun to, I go out all the time with full face paint and body paint. It's really fun way to express yourself.
And someone asked what blushes I used on the first look. I used these, just a mix of these 2 colors. These are I highly recommend the Juvia's Place palettes. They're more affordable than a lot of high-end palettes. They range from like $10 to $15. And I swear by these palettes. My giant makeup artist palette is mostly the Juvia's Place. They're just depotted. I just took them out of the containers, but highly recommend because they are pigmented and they last long and show up on a lot of different skin tones. So those are the blushes.
As for the tattoo question, on my Instagram page, I do have in the highlights, it says tattoos, and you can look at them on there, but I don't have currently have an online website specifically for that. I do tattoos very intentionally. I do sacred tattoo artwork, so I book very intentionally. So just shoot me a message if you are interested in that, but I don't have a lot of availability on that. Yeah, and we have about 1 more minute. So if you guys have any more questions, but also, when is the next date for
It is April 30th for ours.
Yeah, April 30th, Jay and I will be doing our next makeup session. And we might have something prepped already just like this. I mean, we probably won't do like a feminine masculine side, but just whatever we're feeling like. And then we'll just have fun and just throw a bunch of makeup on our face. And I want to invite you all to also, take that time to also just grab whatever materials you may have and to follow along with us as well. So you can share that with us. Yeah. It's 2:00. I want to thank everyone who made this possible. Thank you, San Antonio Public Library and Pride and Etika for all your support. Thank you guys for all your organization, and to every single person that registered and who supports us and continues to support us. And thank you to everyone who got us here and who taught us these techniques that we were able to share with you all, to like everything that transpired to make this possible. Love you guys.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Red and Jay. Really, really appreciate it. It's really awesome program. We also have another one Tuesday night on all about lips and stuff like that. And then the final one will be Friday. We hope y'all all register, and just thank you. Y'all take care.